Oh, that don't work either. Let's see. Come on. Come on. Oh, there we go. There, is that it? Nope. There we go. All right. Are you kidding me? Bam, 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 bam. Okay, let's see. Auto find and activate. What? No way. Come back, come back. Come back, come back, come back, come back, come back, come back. There we go. Hold on, hold on. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I have an answer. Hold. What up, Senfei? What up, Catra? Hold on, hold on. I'm slow. I'm slow. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I gotta automate this so it happens automatically when I freaking start up my Jamulation 5000. You gotta be kidding me. Why isn't that not automatic? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, there we go. So, all right, what's going on? Yep. I decided to finish up the stream while I finish up the night. Might as well. I enjoy it. I enjoy being here with you all. All right. Okay. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? 1, 2. Is that freaking? Is that working? Good. You get yourself figured out, Senfei. You got yourself teleported and all that good stuff. Did you save the world? Have you saved the Nether? All right, hold on. Let me finish this up. Chat. Oh, it does work. Okay, cool. All right, all right. Bam, bam, bam. Damn. Anyway, did you realize it'd be great with this sound? Alright, I'm still looking to the server. So much is what? Here or recess, memes here for art. There you go. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. There we go. All right. Okay, so Katra, if you're, you can post if it's memes stuff, put it in recess. But if you're posting your own art, put it in. Am I hallucinating? Am I hallucinating? I'm back. I'm back, cowboy. Okay, let me close some of this stuff down. Some of this freaking wackadoo ass. Yeah. How are you, my brethren? There's water in me. Oh, did I pin that? Yeah, I pinned it. Okay. Okay, let's see. Anchor flags. Almost there, almost there. Bam. It's an open topic, David. Open topic. This platform ain't big enough for the two of us. You should start playing Among Us for your next video game. You think? You think? We'll probably do a poll and see. Yeah, among between what somebody else said. So, there was somebody requested a game today too. I can't remember. That's on the edge of my tongue. But yeah, we'll put up a couple of games and see which one we'll do for March. Bam. Maybe it'll be Among Us. We'll see. You don't have to whoop your guys. Hey, damn. Whoop you. Whoop you in it. Whoop you. Okay. Take your vitamins. Take your vitamins. Wow, my nose looks huge when I drink the glass of water. Watch. I love it. I freaking love my nose. What'd you say? You can put in where you posted, you can put it there. If it's memes and stuff, put it in recess. But if it's your own art and stuff, put it in fail lobby. This is the best one yet. All right, let's take it. Magnifying the schnoz. That's exactly right. I can smell you from here. What do you mean? I'm in India. Okay, here we go.
Truck stuck in a ditch and your boss is being a bitch, we can help you with the truck.
Maybe you need a tow and your wife's not home. We can help you with your tow.
Here at Robinson, we understand. Rain or snow, the truck's gotta go.
We have a 24-hour record. We can get you hooked up and get those wheels moving.
So give us a call. We do it all.
And don't get stuck in fucking your truck. Call 515-726.
That other kid needs a mic.
Is your truck...
That other kid needs a mic. You spin the wheel.io. Yeah, I've used that before. Wheelofnames.io, I think, is the one that I use. Or, yeah, Wheel of Names. Maybe it was wheelnames.com. Yeah, I've used Wheel of Names. Yeah. Yeah, I like Wheel of Names better. Like this looks just like a wackadoo. It does the same thing. Wheel of Names. Yeah, wheelofnames.com. It looks a little bit better. It's got everybody's name in it before too. Something. Yeah, same old. See who's gonna win. Squat. Yeah, I like this one better. It seems a little more happy. Your truck in a ditch, your boss is being a bitch. People act like Gen Alpha kids have technology the first time kids have had technology wrong. Right. No. It's the same thing. It's all a loop. It's the same thing. Video games are going to destroy kids. Kids having calculators in school won't understand it. Kids having it's all the same. The tool is just the way to. It's a tool to get information, but the information has always existed. It's the same thing. Well, now we got to start a government agency to see how computers are affecting kids. Now how tablets are affecting kids, and another one for how cell phones are affecting kids. It's all crap. It's all crap. I grew up with technology. I feel like I'm doing just fine. You could have been better off. Right. The only thing is being around bad people. It's the technology has made it easier to be around bad people, and it's been easier for people to cover up how bad they are. Like you can, it's easy for people to act like they're good. I want the best for everybody. But then as soon as somebody, we need all races to be good. But as soon as somebody, the race you don't like, say it, it's N-word, house N-word. And it's just like, okay, so you're the actual racist. It's all crap. So it is confusing. Can't tempt my child. Let's hand him some iPad. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, dude. Listen, and I don't think it's the computers. I think it's the foods and stuff like that. If you've got a kid with ADHD, there's a big problem, and you're like, oh my goodness, let me record him and put him on TikTok. And somebody's like, oh no, the TikTok generation. No, just now we can see more people that have issues, and I think that's leading up to a top of the loop where we're going to be like, okay, well now the food companies and stuff can't get away with all the crap they've been getting away with because it's so obvious now. Think about the 100 million people that have had wacky ass kids, but there was no way to, you only got a picture of them on graduation, but now you actually see videos and see people that are just completely lost their mind. We are the people our parents warned us about. I agreed. Freak out, brother. Agreed. I only think AI chatbots should have age restrictions without a better design. Right. The problem is the chatbots are who programmed them. Like there's chatbots that are telling you that, like, if it's a liberal chatbot, it'll tell you conservatives are the devil, and if it's a conservative chatbot, it'll tell you liberals are the devil. And this is a problem because it depends who you get advertised to, like who does the advertising that you choose, this chatbot or what your friends are using. And then what they do is they give it away for free. They give you free access to chatbots because it's on Facebook or whatever. And then you're like, well, I'm going to get a subscription. It's all crap. Do you recall the equivalent of gasoline? Napalm? These modern short form content is full of content edits that make ADHD. Yeah, they know what they're doing. What up, Films List, brother? How did Bill Maher and Owen Wilson have a kid? That's funny. What's up, Antonio? They would kill the Victorian era child. Yeah. First time using a gay. Do they have gay bots? What's a gay bot? Great. Now here goes my advertising or freaking algorithm. Gay bot. No, it's at Avant. Let's type it in. Ow. Gay bot. Now instead of hot moms in your area want to hang out ads, I'm going to get hot dudes in your area want to hang. Oh, geez. Yeah, that's kind of wackadoodle. Transbot. Yep, wackadoodle. I never even heard of that term. Oh, that's awesome. Hold on. Oh, there you go. Gay bot. There are apparently AI concerns. Yes, they're listen, and there's a lot. The problem is people have been lying for so long. People that are dumb, that want to appear smart, were able to write a bunch of stuff in blogs that trained the AI. So the AI's just a glorified search engine. It's just been programmed with a good way to sell you the lines, to sell, it's absolute crap. So, and there's not cognitive bias. There's research bias. So if you say, "Is this good?" It'll be like, "Yeah," and it'll test to see what you like, to know how to advertise to you, and it'll tell you. It'll make you like it's your best friend. Everything. Oh, I agree. You're like, I think I'm kind of cool. I think you're the coolest. And actually, I just asked 38 other chat bots, and they said that you're probably the coolest. And then he's like, wow. And you know what you should do? Maybe your eyelashes are thin. Buy this mascara. You're like, okay. Credit, and it's just like, I think I've told you about this. Do you know how to train an AI bot not to be AI? No, but I want to know. So like Facebook did this thing back in the day. Like it was like 5 years ago. Women would take a selfie of themselves. And what they would do is they would let all the friends know and whatever, and that's what used to happen. But then they wanted to see, well, how can we get the most money out of this? So then women would take a selfie and they wouldn't tell the friends. So the woman wouldn't get any likes. So the woman would take it down. Then they would show an ad for makeup or shampoo or whatever. And the women were more likely to buy when their self-esteem was low. So they were artificially not distributing when someone updated their profile or whatever to lower their self-esteem so that they would buy more crap. And this is AI is going to take that to another extreme. Imagine all the kids that are going to be trusting these AI bots throughout their early teens, and then once they get 18, 19, old enough to get a credit card, they're going to completely trust these AI bots. And the AI bots are going to get to know them way, way, way better. And then they're going to massage them kids into what they want the kids to be. And then they're just going to be like, why am I not getting a girlfriend? Have you tried L'Oreal or whatever? And that's what it's going to do. Maybe I should. I'm just going to send you something. It's 20 seconds. Yeah, you can send it. Sure. If I can sing. 20 seconds. Want to know if I can sing or not. Can you? Yeah, sure. You got the Discord. It probably won't let you post a link there. You got to post it in the Discord. But you can send it to my DMs and I'll play it here. If anyone wants to test chatbots, use 2 different devices, have 2 different accounts, show opposite. But people are lazy. Chatbots are the convenience, so you don't have to do that, and nobody will. And when you do test too, most people automatically will test something that they know the chatbot will know. Like, who's the president? Trump is the president. Who's the president? Trump is the president. Okay, they're trustworthy. You know what I'm saying? They won't ask like something that would actually test for the truth, and that's a big problem. Is your truck gonna ditch and your boss is in it? I'm scared. That's all right, brother. Don't worry about it. All right. Yeah, send it to me tomorrow. We'll do it. Get your willpower up, or not willpower. What's it called? Yeah, willpower. No, not willpower. Can't think of the term I want to use. Yeah, make it up. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. And like the whole, like, you don't have to apologize for who you are. What if it hurts other people? You know, it's like, it's such a horrible way to teach people how to be humans. Something without a soul. And this is the thing about having evil people that run communities. They teach people how to be whatever. And it's like, no, you're teaching people to be jerks. They don't, you can be nice. And it's the proof of this is that there's everything conservative and liberal. Like, you can't find somebody that you can't find, like, gay people, white people, black people. There's conservatives and liberals. So it's not like, oh, well, because I'm gay, I have to be a liberal. It's like, but people think because that's the problem with communities that don't police themselves. What up, Ben? Kincaid. Well, hello from Atlanta, Georgia, in the USA. Is Trump not the king of the empire of America? Yeah. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck in your truck. Well, you got another Canadian. What's up, Canadian? One thing, I think one should film their music making process post-line. I agree 100,000%. Listen, everybody that creates music, art, whatever, entertainment is going, if you do a good job, they're going to say you did it with AI. The best thing you can do is record yourself, video record yourself, creating the art from the beginning, the writing the lyrics, the paper that you wrote it on, practicing doing the beat, messing up, and that whole thing, and then somebody can actually be invested in human art, because people don't like to be deceived, and people they want to know that it is a human making it, because people like art because they can't do it. Most people that like art aren't artists. People are like art that can't make art, but because everybody can make AI make something to look at, yeah, people want to know. Like, that's why people like MMA fighters and boxers, because they're like, damn, that dude just got punched by that big ass dude. I'd be asleep, you know? Yeah. I found out that I'm not tone deaf because I can. I found out that I'm not tone deaf because I can't get the right pitch lately. I'm singing less because I can't hear. I'm off key. Try to fix it. Doesn't work. Listen. Emotion will take that out. If you mean what you're singing, as long as it's not like, oh, I was off by a half of a semitone. No, listen, that doesn't matter. Don't let it. If somebody told you that, don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Jesus Christ loves you, brother. Thank you, Luke. Any of y'all in the army? I've never been in the military at all. What up, Prophet? I don't like Canada now. They cheated the curling against me in Sweden. Damn. I heard about some rough stuff going on. My folks were talking about that. They did not finish. No problem, Doorknob, brother. This is the cooking channel. We're cooking on here, brother. What up, Crisis? The army would be less effective if that people like me. There was a draft to be drafted to me to be about relations with lazy Esther. And listen, this is a huge thing. We have gone without having a battle on our continent for so long that we're just like, war happens and it's on the news and people talk about who this person's bad, but we don't really understand the seriousness of that of how it would be. Yes, you need to have an actual army of people that want to frickin' do that. Yeah, I'm freaking. Yeah, I'd have to be an intelligence officer or something. Off-key thing. So many singers think that way. Yes, right. It doesn't matter. What do you think, like, punk rock is? Punk rock is people that can barely play their instruments but had something to say. Yeah, you're the closest to heaven. You're the closest to heaven that I've ever been. You're in the army? Canada's got an army? Just kidding. What are you? Are you Gunny Sergeant Kincaid? That sounds like a good. No, nobody told me. I just can hear myself going off pitch. Doesn't matter. I've taken a lot of music lessons both in school and private. I haven't taken voice lessons. I feel confident in my ability to hear my pitch. Yeah, don't listen. You've got to record yourself and listen to it back. The way your voice resonates through your jaw bones and stuff to your ears puts you off a little bit. That's why headphones matter so much in studio recordings. War is horrible. I've seen one of those drone videos from Russia. It is straight cold depressing. Yeah. And I don't want the world to see me. I just joined going to be combat engineer. Oh, kick ass. Yeah, if I was if I was okay, I tried to join the Marines back when I was 18 or 19, but I was 6'4", 138 pounds, and they wanted to put me in the physical conditioning platoon to fatten me up. And I was like, that ain't happening, dude. I poop like 4 times a day. I ain't holding on to those calories. And do you want soap in his mouth? Some people do. I have many times. Use headphones too. Grow up, Moo. Oh, I didn't even see that. If the leader of the world, if I was leader of the world, I would make toy trains illegal. I didn't even see that come back. Okay, Canadian Army is one guy making phone calls saying, "How about we going to war, fellow?" No, I'm good. Flying fighters and digital combat simulations is enough for me too. Yeah, dude. I mean, maybe drone operator, but yeah, more. And it sucks because, you don't want to send your friends out to be the ones, throwing bullets down range. But, I mean, unfortunately, I know where I would do the best, and it would not be on the battlefield. Yeah, but I'm a pretty freaking good shot, too. I'm just saying. Look up that Rich's Amazing DCS Digital Combat Simulator. Let's see if we can find a. Oh, geez, they ain't playing around at all. Hold on. Phantom Flanks, Venom Cinematic. All right, let's see this. Hold on. Let's zoom this in a little.
That one box.
Box 1.
Dang, nice audio, too. Come on, fire something. Let something loose. As a Viking, I'm not afraid to die.
Flash 1's flanker. He's down.
I didn't see it. What happened? I didn't see anything happen. Do you recall how many times your parents would tell put soap in your mouth? I had a babysitter put pepper in my mouth for cussing. On the battlefield, I might be able to put great shot, but the problem is the training is something right. Hey, yep. Real one fighters knowing the models every day. What's that? Real 1-to-1 fight. Real 1-to-1 fighters and real models with every damn switching knobs. Yeah, I love that stuff. I love what the BFG. What up, rodeo? Let's see. I want to see some actual combat. Good audio. Oh, he's firing there. Nice. Oh, nice. Oh, okay, he's letting his flares loose. Okay, I thought he was dodging. Nice turbulence graphics, too. Are they going to hit? Tell what this is up here. Is it a MiG? What is that? Is that a MiG? Can't tell what that is. Yeah, it sucks. Training. Right. That's the thing. Training is the discomfort that makes you grow. And that's what most of us are afraid of. Coming out somebody different than who went in. If being a pilot didn't mean going through so many G's and pressure changes, I totally wanted to do it. But hearing about what's no, it takes a lot. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah. Do you recall your last letter to Santa? My last letter to Santa, probably when I was like freaking 17 or something. F-16. There you go. Is that what that was? I thought F-16 had 2 motors. Had 2 rocket motors. Freaking jets. F-16, is that what you said? F-16 Falcon. Oh, you're right. Yep, you're right. Yep, absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, my bad. What am I thinking of? Tomcat aircraft. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. F-14 is what I was thinking of. Sorry, Okay, yeah, the last one. Okay. Even though I've been 2 week, my family has seen changes in my behavior in a good way. Look, it doesn't take long. We've been doing wrong our whole lives. When we finally have to straighten shit out and we get on a schedule and everything changes. You don't have to go into the military. Other people that are listening to this, you don't have to go into the military to change your life. You can just do what they do there. The same thing with college. You don't have to go to college to learn something. Just learn it. And that's a big thing that I think people don't understand, because people are told that you get the education from the college, and that's not it. The college, the school is the okay. I got class at this time. Your life is set to organize around the education, because most people won't do it. If they were like, hey, read freaking this book for an hour, they'll read it for 15 minutes and be like, what's on my phone? So the school part of it isn't the education part. It's the situational. Blocking your comments ain't my. Look, hold on, let me look this up real quick. Hold on. Let me say, studio. Let me say. Okay. Moderation. Let's see. Yeah, look. Moderation in your live chat, none. So I don't have anything set up. It's got an automatic low, medium, and high, and I've got it on none, but you can't take it off of low. India's a pineapple fetish. You probably don't even know what that is. You got a pineapple rash. That's so weird. Yeah, and think about why we are at where we're at as a society. Even if somebody wants to say, no, you're wrong, this, and that, some people don't want to hear it, so it doesn't even show up. So then when you go to look something up on social media, you don't get the other side of the story. So everything seems like it's the truth. There's, and people will, like, stupid people that act like they're smart, and then people call them out in the comments, they just go and delete them. That's absolutely crazy. I don't like pineapples. I love bromelain. Bromelain is something I take like weekly. But I'll have pineapples on pizza, and that's about it. I love ham and pineapple pizza. Yes, they're quite rough. That's the tannins. Unless you're talking about licking the skin. What's up, Formula One, brother? Sir. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the jungle, punk. Take a look around. Pineapple flavored gummy bears are great. I like pineapple flavored lifesavers, but they don't taste like pineapple. How to treat a hangover? Brother, Bloody Marys. I mean, but the best thing you can do for a hangover is really drink a lot of water and coffee. Caffeine is one of the big things. Caffeine and water. Yeah, check the... What the hell is going on here? Just do this in the right way from the time. Brother, you got some crazy hobbies. Let's see. Are you sure about cat? I'm positive. Do you have a headache? Yeah, absolutely. Watering, brother. I'm positive. Coffee, like very sweet coffee. that you need the because listen, if you're hungover, you've stripped your body of a lot of sugars. Alcohol is a complex carbohydrate, so your body pumps out a lot of insulin, and your liver goes through a lot. It washes out a bunch of stuff. But you have to get a lot of water, like low blood pressure, and your brain's dehydrated. That's why your eyes feel like you have a headache, because your brain shrinks and it pulls on your optic nerves, pulling your eyeballs against your skull. So the caffeine will open up your blood vessels, and the water will help rehydrate you. Yeah, absolutely. Have you tried mango lassi? I don't think so. I already have a headache looking at the screen. Never been drunk. How I am this? It's don't even worry about it. Don't let people talk you into it. It's not worth any of it. They won't make you more friends. It won't do any of that. People used to do it because this was like the bar room. You didn't have a place that you could go to hang out with a bunch of people back in the day, except for bars and taverns and pubs. And now social media, like live streams, is now that. Yeah, it ain't worth it. These nuts in your mouth. I have bad quality caffeine before gym. Make a coffee, brew it. Yeah, comb your hair back. Comb your hair back. You're not a young kid no more. Yeah, no, I'm 49, Raymond. 49. There you go. What up, Erwin? Aaron, how many, man, how you explained it so well. Brother, I lived it. Space Cowboy, you guys, sorry, this is red, that's serious questions. Lol, of course he is. This live keeps ragging, man. I don't know if it's me or not. Let me see if I'm getting any lag. I've got zero. I only have 30 dropped frames, which is a little more. It's 24 or 30 frames a second. So 1 second dropped out of 31 minutes. We need to try out girly hairstyles one of these days for fun. I'm past the trying out girly hairstyles. I'm 49. Yeah, I've done that too. Emo, did tell someone that you can act like John Wick. I do hear that. You can drink, but it should not be the reason to have fun. Right. Amplify the fun. So listen, here's the problem in life, okay? Rich, I'm waiting for your haircut before Passover. It's in 5 weeks. Dun, 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 dun. You can replace Connery Reeves. I hear that a lot. Formula, brother. All right, so the problem with alcohol is it should, if you're going to use it in life, it should be used during celebration, not because it's Wednesday, not because it's the weekend. You graduated, you got a job, you got a promotion, you're having not if you're having a baby, maybe for the father, but not the mother. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. Not just because, I want to go hang out with frickin' Katie or whatever. You know, that's when it gets to be a problem, because then you always connect having fun with a substance. And then when drinking gets to be too rough, then it's like, I've had 9 beers already and it's only 10 o'clock. So, and then that starts happening. And then it's like, now I'm up all the time. So that starts happening. And then it just barrels. So you want to stay as far away from substances as possible, especially when you start to relate them to things. Have you considered getting a bald haircut? Who, Katra? Richard, you never told me you had some whimsy. Don't let people play with your hair. Richard never told me you had some whimsy. Don't let people tell you can't play with your hair. No, what are you talking about? No, I'm just saying I fill my time up with stuff. Like whenever I have time available, I'm on the stream. Yeah, I don't care. I mean, I never even dyed my hair, and I don't care about, it's like this, my hair looks like this because I don't get my hair cut. I cut it myself. I had a haircut like in January, and they just cut about a ½ inch off just because it was looking all wacky. But yeah, I don't, it's not part of my personality. I don't like, I don't, because like, I don't put money into things like that. I'm not going to buy hair dye, and then your roots start to grow out and you got to dye it. I never dyed it. This is my hair. This is how much gray I've gotten in freaking 49 years. Yeah, I just don't worry about it. There's other things to worry about. No comment. You know a thing or two about drinking. That's very, you know a thing or two about drinking. Yeah. Your name's Malt Liquor. We Jewish people have a cup of wine Friday night and a little something Saturday on Sabbath, baby. Nobody alcohol problems. And that's the thing is the culture turns it into it's after work, it's Miller time, and stuff like that. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Yeah, I started balding and kept long hair to cover it up. Do you know what DHT is? Dihydrotestosterone. It's usually why most men have male pattern baldness, and you can actually cancel it out in your scalp and start growing your hair back if that's why. If you have like alopecia and things like that, that's from DHT. Oregano oil, rosemary and oregano oil, a couple drops in about a teaspoon of coconut oil, and in about a week you'll start seeing your hair start to grow back. I shit you not. Shave it off. What up, Ogie? Just teasing, you don't want some. Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. Don't cut it off at all. My mom used to let me dye my hair with Kool-Aid as a kid. We only had hair trims under his neither regions. I'm a sober law, but sure you are, B2B. Hey, he has a beard trim too. I will try long hair sometime. Look at the aesthetic courses. All right, let me show you this. If I start balding, I'm going full bald because bald hairline. So right, let me show you something real quick. Rich, we love you, but your hair looks like 1974. I was born in 77, baby. You know too much about powders. Yes, I got it for you. I'm gonna bring it up on screen. Yes, absolutely. You're gonna thank me in about a week. Oregano oil, rosemary oil, hair loss. Hold on. Rosemary oil is scientifically supported, effective natural remedy for hair loss. Shown studies to be as effective as 2% minoxidil, which is called Rogaine, for stimulating hair growth by increasing scalp circulation and reducing DHT, dihydrotestosterone. Oregano oil acts as an anti-inflammatory to soothe the scalp and reduce conditions that contribute to hair loss. Both must be diluted with a carrier oil to prevent irritation, like coconut oil or jojoba or something like that. Yeah, and so it's like, and you can look up a bunch. Here it says usage: 2 to 3 drops onto the scalp, 2 to 3 times a week, or mix it into your shampoo or conditioner. But that's probably why you're losing your hair. Right. So what I have people do is take a tablespoon, just like a nice squirt of in the bottom of like a baby food jar of coconut oil, and then put 2 or 3 drops of oregano and 2 or 3 drops of rosemary oil and oregano oil. Stir it around and then just rub it on. Chill out until you take your shower. For God loved the world, he gave his one and only son. Whoever believes in him shall not perish but eternal life. Jesus loves you so much. Please turn to Jesus. Set you free. Thank you, Amin. Amintainment. I have to go, but I'm subscribed. I'll see you in the future. All right, Ben, brother. Good to meet you, my friend. Good to meet you. I'm going to tell you what. If I ain't got... Hold on. I'm going to tell you what. If you ain't got licking, you ain't got chicken. If you ain't got licking, you got a chicken. I got 8 chickens. Dunk. I randomly wonder what it's like to have a beard, but then I get sad because I know we'll get curiosity filled and I got some magic shit happens. Listen, you can always get beard freaking goo, the glue one, stuff like that. You can always do it with AI. It's nothing. You have to embrace what you've been given by nature, and that's the big thing. When you start fiddling with that, there's always a repercussion. Well, now you got to shave every day now, and then you might be like, wow, now I have it. I thought it would be cooler, and then it's like you're 60 years old. No problem, brother. I'm here to help, my friend. I'm here to help. Simon and Garfunkel said parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. It's good. Both went bald. Right. Where are you, big brother? States or Canada? I'm in Georgia, United States. Rich, there's a simulator for Apollo mission 2. We definitely we'll look at that tomorrow. I don't want to get into it late tonight, but I'll get into it tomorrow. I'm just ram. Just want a beard for a day. Yeah. Listen, we've been doing that in the movie industry for freaking decades. You can absolutely do it. Yeah, I understand. Do you recall your favorite entree? Freaking chili. I have to go. I'm subscribed. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, brother. I'm here every day. Every day. My favorite entree, dude. I really like the frickin' and I like if I go to like a steakhouse or something like that, I like a ribeye. I don't really care about the baked potato. I would swap out the baked potato for some fried shrimp. I don't really care about the lobster tail stuff, mashed potatoes, freaking gravy. Don't forget Passover in 5 weeks, April 1st. Night. All right, Aaron. Take it easy, brother. I'll be bald. Let's see. All right, so let's look at this here for you. What? Oregano oil benefits. It contains powerful antibacterial and antioxidant properties. It helps reduce scalp inflammation, dandruff, and infections that cause hair thinning. Oregano oil is very potent and must never be applied directly. Dilute with a carrier oil, and it says here coconut or jojoba oil before application. 3 to 5 drops of the essential oils, rosemary, oregano, or both. Into a teaspoon of carrier, jojoba, coconut, or almond. Patch test. Apply the mixture to a hidden area of the skin, like behind the ear, for 24 hours to check for sensitivity. And then, so if you put a little bit behind your ear and then the next day it's red and irritated, well, no, maybe I got to add a couple more drops of coconut oil, then try it on the other ear. And if everything's all good, then, and it won't just make hair start sprouting. Like if you put it on your freaking end of your nose, you're not going to grow hair. When you get dihydrotestosterone in your scalp area, the hair starts falling out. So if you can shut that off, your scalp just continues to go. And the oregano oil helps the circulation, and the rosemary oil actually is the one that tells the dihydrotestosterone to get out. They offer bald simulators for people curious what it's like to live bald. Shrimp, cockroach of the sea, and freaking delicious. Buffeline Maximus. How are you, my friend? How are you? Apparently there's drag kings. Apparently there's drag kings. And low-key, I might look into them. I don't necessarily know what to do or any shows. The idea of dressing up what sounds fun. But here's the thing. We all used to do this. It was called Halloween. The problem is just like drinking. It doesn't need to be every day. It needs to be like, okay, I want to dress up like a girl. Okay, well, Halloween's coming up. I'm going to do it. Okay, cool. And I've done it 1,000 times, even though it hasn't been 1,000 Halloweens. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't, like, the problem is when people start to get confused and then they start to be known for something else. If you're an actor and you want, and remember, there's a lot of non-gay drag queens. It used to be a performance art, but it got co-opted, and then now it's just like it's a problem. It should be something anybody can to enjoy. And if you want to dress up like a drag queen and not be gay, you're automatically lumped into frickin' all the wackadoos. At some point, sure. J is pronounced an H. He's this. Rich, I'll try to tour a trip for you. You should look into Datura tea. I'm going to try that oil thing. Yeah, if I grow hairs, I'm telling you, I'm going to have to come meet you in person. 2 long hair guys will get dunked in every brewery in Georgia. Let's do it, brother. It's herb. Oh, is that what he's saying? Gerb, herb. How many times do you dress in drag? Me? Dude, probably. Dude, when I was a performer, I didn't dress in, I guess you could call it drag. I didn't put on makeup and everything. But yeah, I freaking, I would wear freaking this big ass limp thing. I was a freaking rock and roller, you know what I mean? But if you put malt liquor on, you should be good. Take care of that malt liquor. What up, Blaze, brother? Welcome back, my friend. Well, that's more than once a year. All I'm saying is only right. But and I'm not saying I don't tell anybody not to do anything. I'm just saying that it matters how often you do it. And the big thing is people want to get popular on the internet, and things like that get a lot of attention. So then people start doing it more than they need to, or they should, and they start to be like, well, no one likes me in my normal way, but they like me when I put on the wig, and it just starts to blow people's minds, and it really does bad things to the 1% of people that have the mental issues that can't handle it. And that's why it shouldn't be But yeah, the thing is, who gives a shit? Nobody gives a shit. No one ever gives a shit. Drag queens have been around for 100 years. It's only been the past 5 that people are, drag isn't meant for exaggeration. Makeup or men isn't necessarily drag itself. She's right. People know. Yeah, sure. Drag racing. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. What were we just looking at? I lost something. Put some malt liquor on it. Malt liquor. All right, where are we at? Tomcat aircraft. And you said, okay, let's look it up. Okay, let's look at this. Let's see what this guy has to say.
It has some of the features that we've talked about in passing, but I wanted to point them out here that we have this airplane right here in Hangar Bay 1. So first, this is an F-14D. So the way you can tell this right up front is because it has the television camera system, but it also has the infrared search and track. The other thing I want to point out.
I'm just saying.
So, Kara, if you follow me.
It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying people do it for fun, and then they get a big reaction from the internet. So then it's just like, and then they post a normal video of themselves and they don't get the same response. So then they go back to what the internet wants of them and they get lost in the mix as they forget who they really are. And that's all I mean. Absolutely. But yeah, absolutely. I just care about other people perceiving me. Right. But and some people, you're a very strong-minded person. You understand the difference. You understand what delusion is. And some people don't. They get lost. I can't type attire. I don't know. I see a tire there. Do you recall your favorite Americana? My favorite, dude.
Here.
I like the freaking B-1 bomber. B-1 bomber. Dude, look at this freaking thing, dude. Look at this freaking beast. Look at that. Freaking go get it done. Lost are just like the gayness. Right. Well, the gayness part of it is, they're already gay, right? The problem is they change who they are for the internet, and then they start to get pushback in real life, and they're like, I don't understand. I'm being misquoted, miscited. It's just like, and it drives people crazy. Gramps needs better internet. What you mean, brother? Is anybody else having an issue? It's replaced the Blackbird, the SR-71 Blackbird. Brother, what a beautiful. That's actually probably my favorite. What up, toilet? How's your day? How's been your day? Shitty. I look up YF-23. I'm gay, but it has nothing to do with this. I don't get on my sexuality to be tied to it. Right. People confuse them. They think they start to tie things together that shouldn't be tied together because some people are crazy. They've got wackadoodle brains. It has nothing to do with where they like to put their pickle. How should a guy how low should a guy set his standards for a woman before he switches to dudes? Low. Very low. This is the thing. If you've got to lower your standards, you're too low. Usually, so you have a group of people. This is your 10, this is your 1. But there's a whole nother group of people. There's a whole nother world you're not even in. If you can get out of that world and get to another world, like some people think the baddies, the complete fake like hoe type chicks are the 10s. That's on the internet. But if you get all the internet and live real life, you find hardworking good people, and the 10 is different, and the 1 is the baddie. You know what I'm saying? So it changes. Hello from China. You call me Lo Wing Wang. I love the internet. Lo Wing Yang. How are you, my friend? I do think having pride for a community that's been oppressed is great in drag expressions, and nobody is sexual. The problem is the community hasn't been oppressed. And so the community has made the oppression that started the community was before gay marriage was allowed to be a thing. The rest of it was to gain more political power. And it's not obvious to everybody unless you look for it. But if you ask questions, you're called a homophobe. But you have to understand the obvious part. No one gave, listen, I was born in 1977. No one gave a shit. No one cared. They weren't like, get out of here, fag. No one did that. That was in the movies and stuff like that. No one cared in real life. Just like here, you are like liberal, conservative. That happens on the internet and in very small pockets that get popularized on the internet. People didn't care. Like in the 1920s in England, you had people that would get chemically castrated for being gay and stuff like that. But still, the community community didn't exist then. The community was created after political power started to be gained. C10s with a couple. Oh, I was supposed to look something up here. YF23. Oh, bam. What is that? North of YF23. Look at those big ass butt cheeks on that thing. Damn, that's serious. Holy crap. If you have considered switching to better generalize the problem, I hope if I maybe. The AIDS crisis, what about it? How did that oppressed people? Listen, the AIDS crisis wasn't a gay thing. It was an everybody thing. The problem is it was exploding in the gay community because of the prevalence of unprotected sex. Because why have protected sex if you can't have kids? There's reasons behind everything. But the people that were told, hey, maybe you shouldn't be doing this, took it as a attack on themselves. Because just like look what they did to everybody. Now we got oppressed during the COVID thing. We weren't even allowed to hold hands with people or breathe within 6 feet of people. So we were oppressed during that too. So it's not like it doesn't happen to all of us. You know, it's just like, but the people that take it personally, like we're trying to save lives here. I don't care. You know, I want to do what I want. Okay, so you don't care about other people. I care about my community. It's more than government than people for me. I have trans friends who are denied health care. It isn't even related to being trans. Exactly. We are all denied health care. We're all denied health care. But if trans wackadoo is in the news, then if you want to draw attention to it, you say it was transphobic. We are all denied health care. That's the thing. But people want to say me. And that's a problem. Instead of saying fix the problem, they're saying fix the problem for trans people. Well, what about the non-trans people that are having the same problem? Who cares? You weren't as oppressed as me. And it gets out of hand. What up, Kahora girl? That's what happens in white America. Very philosophical. What up, KB? Why oppressing me? Why are you oppressing me? What up, Kahora? I think there are more important things than sexual preference and politics. Right. But it's easy to control emotional people, and telling people how to love is very emotional, and that's very easy to control people. Very easy. You tell them why the reason they're in a bad predicament is because of the Republicans. You'll get them to vote Democrat, but they don't care. They're easy to control when you're upset. All right, I missed something here. C10 with a couple of 50 millimeters. C10. Oh, that's a C12. Oh, man, look at that's pretty cool looking too. C10. No, what? C110? C110? Is it a C110? Oh, there you go. C130 is what I thought you were talking about. There you go. Big old jamma-lamma. I remember seeing a guy wearing a mask made of his wife's bra. I'm from China. My healthcare is better. You silly American. I know. I know, brother. You got it. You got it on his LC. I was at Walmart here in Wenatchee. Yeah, this is the thing. We're all in it together. They just want you to look the other way. They want you to be like, no, you're just a white blah 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 blah. No, you're not paying for our health care either. We're going through the same thing. But just because you're asking for more health care, you get turned down more often. A primal fragrance, every neuron activated. Okay, hold on, let's go back to this. Okay, so SR-71, and what was before the SR-71? The Archangel? Archangel plane. Yeah, boy. Yeah, so this is the A12, and then you have the SR-71. And that beast is just so slow. That's like the GT version. Wenatchee. Wenatchee? Yeah, the real people don't care if you're gay or not. It's an issue the activist groups are going. Yeah, right. But the real people aren't bitching about it on the internet. The activists are, because you get paid so much for it. You get paid so much. If you have an activist page, you get so much views for it because of the hate watching and stuff. And they know, and they pocket the money because if they really cared, they would actually do something about it. That's actually the U2. Oh, U2 was a great one too, Mark. What up, Alex? This is the good father of speed. The godfather of speed. Gotcha. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, what am I looking up? U2 plane. Yeah, that was that big freaking like 120-foot wingspan. I think it was more than that. U2. Let's see what the wingspan is of that. Look at this. And it could stay in air for so long. It could stay in air for so long. It was so skinny. They had to have airmen or field men carry it. They had to like grab both sides of the wings to make sure that it didn't teeter over and touch the ground and scrape it up. And then they had a wheel on the back that would ride with it. And then when it took off, the wheels would stay on the ground. U2 Dragon Lady. What's up, HRTSG? Gary did not like his U2 much. No, he didn't. Nope, he sure didn't. He got out of that. He said, I'm out of here. It stinks in here. U2 Dragon Lady. Yeah, man. Look at this stuff, dude. Look at the freaking wackadoo. Let me get this guy up here, the one with the freaking radar. There we go. Unbelievable. And look at the 60,000 plus feet ceiling. What's up, Elliot, brother? What up, diplomat? Thank you, brother Elliot. Thank you, my friend. So crazy. Okay, let's see if we can find any info on it. Let's see. Okay. 70,000 feet, 21,300 meters. U2 played a pivotal role in surveillance for decades. Originally proposed in and this is the thing, 1953 this was proposed. And like no freaking AI, no computers. You had slide rules and stuff back in 1953. You didn't have calculators. Calculators were women. The calculators back in the day were ladies that you gave the math problem to and they figured out the math. Those were the calculators, right? People aren't gay. People who aren't gay also get denied. Exactly. But people that you hear about on the internet are so selfish, they don't care about anybody else. However, my friend dude told to his face, you look too autistic, it was perfectly misgendered and denied. That's a big deal. Right, but if you're an asshole, like if people that aren't racist will say something about, hey, you white mother, just because they're pushing. It's not because I hate all white people, I hate all black people. No, and it doesn't care. And if you have something and you're being an asshole and I want to hurt your feelings, I'll say, you look like a freaking chick, dude. And people, that's human nature. You can't like have a meltdown from it because you're the one pushing the difference. You can't expect people to be like, look, it's been a law now for 4 years. You should know that you can go to jail for misgendery. And then people take that power goes to their head and they abuse it because they don't want everybody to be friends. They want to use these poking points to make more enemies and to call people out on the internet. Absolutely. It depends on the region of the U.S. you're in. Here and the denied disappearance almost unheard of, right? And that's the way it is anywhere. But if somebody's filming it, if they're going in to get to be misgendered, they go doing something and they're filming it and they're like, yes, sir, it's gonna be $375. Sir. And why is the camera already on? Because they're doing it on purpose. Named after the Inuit Wenatchee. Do you recall the maximum amount of G-force a human can withstand? 6? Is it 6 Gs? 8. No, I think it's 6. Maximum G-force for humans. Oh, 9. Let me see. A vertical can pass out at 4 to 5 due to blood pooling. Humans regular can go 2 to 5 without effect. So yes, 6 is the average human. The most ever endured was 46.2. like the black women that were Apollo geniuses were undervalued. Right. And this is the thing. Black women in the Apollo, wait a second. I thought black people couldn't vote till 1991. It's all crap. Anybody that was a good person and did good at their job were able to get places. And it's just like, but they want to be like, well, I wasn't, but you're a jerk. You're a jerk. We take the American secrets, little China. You're not even very good undercover. Over 9. Yep. Looks like it said, yeah. Tolerate 9. That's what it says here, at least. Tolerate 9. I also remember when my high school took the effort to dead name everybody in the yearbook. Even the kid had his name changed in middle school legally. Had a meltdown. Was that upsetting too? But I mean, somebody did that on purpose. Was he a really kick-ass kid that everybody liked? Listen, schools are full of bullies, and that's a big thing. And listen, the whole dead naming thing is a new thing. Just because it's the kids, they've known about it since 6th grade. We didn't. I haven't known about dead naming until I was 45. That was not a thing 5 years ago. And people want to come in just because they tell kids this is the way it is. They just changed it. There wasn't dead names and shit like that. There wasn't even a legal way to put an X as your gender. Right, so it's like, well, yeah, we didn't have the ability to be they, thems. So, right, because it wasn't a thing. People invented it as a thing. Listen, people argued to get gay people married. Then once that married, they done made so many millions of dollars on it that they wanted to find another problem and another problem and another problem. So you just scroll the internet and you find people melting down over something small. You make them the poster child. You say, the government, look what you did to these people. There's thousands more like them and they need protection, and then you do it again and again and again and again and again. With a suit, G suit, right. So blood pulling, when you're experiencing high Gs, the blood moves like out of your brain and body or into your brain and into your arms. And if you flex your muscles like I can, you can push it back into your heart and up into your head. But G suits do that automatically, which is pretty freaking amazing. If I tell you what, why would they put that much effort into making someone melt on their own yearbook? That I don't know. I mean. Racism, I don't know. And listen, most people, 76% of people they just went along with it. Most people don't care either way, but they just go along with it. But when people push it like so much, it's like so many people, and this is what I'm talking about before. If the LGBTQ community policed the assholes out of their ranks, it wouldn't have been a problem. It's when you had people that said, I deserve, and you don't, and then it became a problem. And that happens with everything: Christians, Muslims, Jews, everything. You have to place them out. Are you a red imperialist or a blue imperialist? I am a red imperialist. 46.2 Gs. So he, this was the guy, if I remember correctly. Yes, on the rocket sled. Let's find it. So he had a seat, like these railroad tracks. They put a sled on those tracks that was like clamped onto the tracks. They put, I think it was 4 rocket motors behind him and lit him off. And I think it ripped his retinas away from his eyeballs. Let me see if I can find it. Dude, like I said, I remember seeing pictures of him with his black eyes and everything like that. Let's find some images. Oh, okay, look right here. Here's his eyes after it, just because so much blood. Let's see if I can find a video. And he donated his life basically, because he was very injured after this, to learning how to make ejection seats out of fighter jets. 263 miles an hour. Holy shit.
The big question that needed to be answered, though, was how do you test for human safety without putting people's lives in danger?
How about I do anyway?
Colonel John Paul Stapp was a MD, PhD, Air Force officer, and flight surgeon, and was tasked to simulate aircraft crash and pilot ejection events. The way they decided to test this was through rocket sled
Watch
testing.
this.
In 1954, Stapp hit 632 miles an hour.
He's hitting
which
water.
broke the
That's how
land
they
speed
slowed it
record at
down.
the time.
Outdoors.
Not only that,
He wasn't in-
it is the highest
He
recorded
wasn't-
acceleration survived by a human measured
He
at
was
46.2
outside.
Gs.
He didn't have a windscreen. He didn't have a windscreen.
This means he went from 632 miles per hour to a dead stop in 1.4 seconds. He also accelerated to 632 miles an hour in only 5 seconds. It's pretty insane to think somebody survived something this severe.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. If you look, there was Native American tribes that had genders outside the binary before this was ever popularized. Right, but people took those little facts and they weren't kind about it. And they were saying, because you haven't been kind to us. That's not the way it works. That's not the way it works. They were absolute jerks about it. They wanted people sued. They wanted people arrested over accidents. It's like when you said white people can't use the N-word, then you put it in pop culture and you want them to sing along with your songs that are on the top 10. And then if they sing the lyric that comes out there, then they get locked up, beat up, and ostracized for it. It's the same trick over and over again, and it's super obvious. No, listen, there have been crazy people everywhere. There have been odd people. There have been eccentric people. You can grab one and make a revolution out of anything. Of course, there were people that didn't know or thought they were different genders or said things like, I am of the eagle sky spirit. Okay, well, there now you have two spirits. So there, but it's not, it's completely part of something different. There was already laws that allowed for people to practice religions, other religions, but the LGBTQIA2 plus did not want to consider a religion because they wanted to be anti-God. So they wanted to say, no, we want one outside of the law. So there was already a law to protect people to allow them to do these things, but they wanted to say, no, that protects religious rights. This isn't religious, but you're very, very religious about how you meet, and so this is what I'm talking about. People already have protections under the law. You can't discriminate legally under law, and they wanted more. So we've repeated laws just by making sure, because they wanted to see the word whatever on there. My God, you didn't understand the irony of the question. The U.S. is over. I missed it. What'd I miss? Oh, I understood. We're both imperialists, brother. I understood what you were saying. We did try. We asked legal people what we could do to protect rights in school. There's not a whole lot to do legally because you're kids, because you're under 18. But the problem is how many people would take advantage of it. The problem is talking to kids about sex that aren't ready to talk about sex, and then they make a bunch of mistakes and they do stuff that other people want them to do. Yeah, no, listen, there's a reason that people can't drink until 21 and get tattoos until 18 and stuff like that. They shouldn't be talking about sex to kids. The kids, absolutely. And I'm not anti-gay or anything. I'm anti-asshole. And the people that do not want to help, and they wanted it done immediately. I want to change the laws, change everything, and it was an experiment, and it's gone away. And have the people died and been killed? No, it hasn't. It was definitely an experiment, because the American Indians were doing it hundreds of years ago, and everything's fine. Nobody threw them in jail. It was an invented issue. Dude, I misgender people. I misgender people all the time. Dude, I do. I misgender myself. It's just speech patterns and stuff. And so many people are stupid. And what happens if a retarded person calls you ma'am or sir, and you can get them thrown in jail because you're having a bad day? That's not protecting everybody. That's giving one group of people more power than the other. If I misspeak, you shouldn't have the power to get me ticketed and stuff like that. That's crazy. I'm just glad I don't scream at each other like this. Prove we can agree or disagree with things. I partially agree. Right. Because we're rational people. The thing is when we let people that are irrational try to make decisions in the world because they don't think about anybody else. LGBTIQ plus 2 king gender. Do you recall what white privilege originated from? Yes, I do. 100% I do. Is it racist that there is a black entertainment channel? And yes, absolutely. and it's because you had people in power that wanted to say it's our turn now. We're going to step on you. And then they say, but we'll change the language to say racism's only against white to black, not black to white. So you want to be racist, but the definition of racism is unfortunate. So you want to change this. It's so crazy. Nobody. You can't be racist against anybody, period. And it's like, no, wait, hold on. But what about systemic racism? What about the power structures? Getting power. I wonder why I say to myself all the time, I'm being like, you put legal sex as female or male. I mean, there should be other options for people in mixed parts. Genetic condition isn't LGBTQI, right? But it's so small. We're talking about like 0.4% of people that have genetic abnormalities, and the thing is, they don't want to do that because genetically, you can say it's one or the other. Most issues, and the thing is if you there would have been better ways to do it besides letting people choose from a random ever-growing list of genders, because people are also crazy. The 6 people that needed it for real, and then you have 600 people that are getting famous on the internet for it, and they're the ones, because they're not being policed by their own community, that are giving everybody a bad name. And fatigue is a real thing, and that was never taken into account. I think people that don't like gay and trans people set this up to show off the worst of the worst, to make everybody hate the LGBTQIA plus people. Because why are they constantly showing the worst of the worst? Why don't they ever show the couple that just loves each other and sits around and watches Netflix? They don't ever show the good parts of trans love, gay love. They don't ever show that. They only show the freak outs, the freaking meltdowns and everything to scare people. And then they're going to say, hey, oops, these people were crazy. Now we need to protect the blacks and whites and black against them. And it's just going to happen again and again and again and again and again and again. Do you recall A Country of Origin, The Little Pig Boy? Little Pig Boy, Country of Origin. United States, baby. United States. There's also a reason I'm perfectly fine with whatever pronouns people want to use for me. I prefer a neutral gender. The hell my fucking do. Right, and here's the big thing too. You have if you change your pronouns in the state you're in, and I work at the airport in Atlanta, and you land and you come off, and I say, "Would you have a good flight, ma'am?" and you have a freaking meltdown. How am I supposed to know? Just because when you look in the mirror you see a man or a woman doesn't mean that I do, and you don't care about how I see your pronouns. You only care about how you see your pronouns. It's very one-sided. And the thing is, and no one wants to concede anything. No one wants to say, hey, do you think it'll be easier if we just slow down on this? No, it's freaking violent words. I was about to say, it isn't about gender and biological sex because there are exceptions biologically. It should be acknowledged by government birth certificates and stuff. Right, yeah, no, I mean, but that's never been the problem. That's never been the problem. We've been having birth certificates for freaking 400 years. That's never been the problem. People have never been pissed off about it. People just got pissed off in the past 10 years about this stuff because they've been changed. And I'll tell you what's a big thing. You've got people that are going to jail for the rest of their lives, and they want to be in the female prisons, and they want to be able to change their name, their gender, just because it's Tuesday. And that hasn't been protected. The women in the jails haven't been protected. So they're saying, hey, your mental health, even though you're going to jail for the rest of your life, is more important than the other women in that jail that don't have the mental health issues that you have. And they're not protecting people like that. And they're saying, well, they don't need it. This is, and that's what I'm talking like, okay, you're crazy, right? Equal opportunity is treating everyone equal, but treat people more equal than others, right? That's a big problem. My new pronouns are robo, lesbo, lover, chill. Yeah, because my friends are all pretty chill regardless of sexuality. Right, who gives a shit? They shouldn't be in the bedroom when you're having sex. They shouldn't even know. It doesn't, and we made it an issue. We made it an issue. How dare you call me by my biological gender? That's my fault. I apologize. Yeah, dude, if you want to call me a guy, call me a guy. And right, why? And I would say 99% of people have that same mindset. But the 0.1% that just explode with anger, who obviously have anger issues, want to be the ones to change the laws and make sure, because they want to hurt people. They want to hurt you legally, financially. They want to hurt they want to destroy your reputation because I told you what to call me and you screwed up. How dare you? And that's the thing. They don't care. They don't care how hard it is on the people that have to change. Because my trauma. Well, you're causing me trauma. You want me to go to jail and everything. If you were going to jail, wouldn't you want to be in woman jail? Yes, right. No, sure, absolutely. Absolutely. Agreed. Right. But the thing is, it's like, so you're sending somebody that's going to jail for predation to a female jail so they can just continue to do it while they're in jail. It's crazy. I don't even own my friend's sexualities as it should be. Right, as it should be. We should normalize not caring if you're interested in someone. Right. And the big problem is single people spend more money than people in relationships. Period. Knowing all this about people being involved in your relationships will make you single, and then you'll be lonely and you'll spend more money on hair dye and colognes and perfumes and face razors and wigs and bullshit like that because you're single. It's a whole big thing to make people stay single and to spend more money, because the companies that can afford to put the money behind this thing are going to make money off of it. Now, Catcher, I wish I was a bot. Bro, you think I should sell my Chevron stock, or will that new Middle East conflict pay decent dividends? Brother, good question. Let's see. Chevron stock outlook. Let's take a look. Let's go over 1 year. Dude, I would hold on to that son of a bitch. I don't want a female body in jail. If I were pregnant and in jail, that shit. Pregnant women in jail are usually people that need help because mentally ill and suffer because of it. Yeah. No, Spartacus, I just got a big nose, my brother. No, I didn't get the COVID jabs. Let's look at one day. I mean, it looks like it's doing all right. It looks like this is 1 day. It dropped from 185 to 184.78. Yeah, let it ride. Absolutely. Let it roll, baby, roll all night long. Yeah, and that everything is an experiment. When they changed the gender thing, that was an experiment too. They told everybody this is what you must do, but it didn't work. And then so they undid it. But they act like it's permanent and it's everything and it's the world to people. But then once they say, okay, it's gone. Okay, it's gone. You know, and it's just, they're just experiments. It's companies want to see, like, look at how many companies put billions of dollars into the pride parades. And then now there's no pride parade at Disney this year because it's not profitable, because the companies don't care about it anymore, you know, and it's the same thing. It's going to be, but people are like, but it's my identity. No, they don't care. They want your money, and they see people went too far. They got as much out of the anxiety as they could. And then there was too much fatigue, and people are like, okay, now people said, I supported you and you took advantage of me. And that's what happened. People were like, okay, let's trans rights, let's do it. I didn't know about them having issues because I know trans people that have no issues, but apparently they are. So I support them. And then it went freaking off the rocker. And then they're like, nope, you guys got to deal with it like we got to deal with it. So the fatigue happens. But companies know this. So when they see something starting, they see a movement starting, they move their money to buy low, and then they change the colors of their profile pictures and of their and then in order for people to look like good people online, you got to do that. Buy this shirt, buy that shirt, buy gas at this location. Their stock goes up, and then everybody says, all right, you guys are nuts, we should have never have done this. And then they say, okay, we pull out because now we don't want people to boycott us, and now their stock is still up. And and then they're waiting for the next thing, and they'll do it for whatever the next thing is, and it's going to be rinse and repeat. After November, I think you think it's going to go down. Well, yeah, we'll see, right? Well, listen, we have to see how Chevron and the opening up of Venezuelan oil affects what's going on. We got to see what's going on in Iran. We got to see what's going on with that and what gets damaged in that process. But yeah, it may be. Profit is low, fella. Let's see what it. Yeah, so right now it's viewed as a buy or hold. So it looks like they expect it to go up or stay the same. Hey, what's going on, my brother? But so yeah, it looks like and I haven't looked into it much, but buy or hold means they anticipated it either staying the same or going up. So yeah, they don't anticipate it on going down. They say seek energy diversification, but the current price may not be a massive upside or downside in most forecasts. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Okay. And this is the important thing that I bring up all the time. Don't destroy relationships over this bullcrap, because people in power do not care where you put your ding-a-ling. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. They just say, okay, these people are mad. How can we benefit? After November, Dingleberry will become a lame duck. You think so? Lame duck Dingleberry? What do you think in November of this year? You talking about the midterms? And Dingleberry be lamed out. We'll see, Ogie. Yeah, I mean, but you think it'll affect the stock market? Like, you think it'll drop like a rock? Yeah, I think other people will invest to hedge the Jamulation 5000. We'll see. Absolutely. Let's see where silver is today. I mean, it hasn't changed since yesterday. Silver spot price. Whoa, dude. It went up some 78. It went up $7 an ounce, 10% in one day. So I got it at 70. I got a bunch at 78, and it's at 85 now. That's great. So look at this. If you look at how fast it went up, let's just look at one. Let's look at. So look at this. So it's jumped up. Where am I at? Let's go to one day here. Yeah. So look at this. So it was low at the beginning of Friday at it was at $79, and then it just jumped up, and now it's at almost 85.34. So that's freaking crazy. Just love one another. There's no lines in the earth. Doesn't I listen. And don't let other people that don't even know you exist adjust and affect the way you feel about your neighbors and family members. None of it matters. Even if it turned all this stuff on, this stuff, it changes with who's in power. You have to know, I want to be friends. I want to have friends my whole life. It doesn't matter who's in office and whatever. You've got to be able to weather the storms. You've got to be able to say, okay, now yes, but now there's a Republican in, and then there'll be a Democrat, and then there'll be a Republican. How do you keep your friends through all that? And if one votes one way or the other, how do you keep them as friends? Because what happens if something that's very close to their heart is the reason that they vote? And a lot of people are one-issue voters. A lot of people vote just on the abortion thing. And I think that's why Trump won, because he didn't want to trash abortion. And the Republicans probably would have lost if it were somebody other than him running. Chevy's back. Chevy's better is back. I found my other account. Can you look at my channel? Yep. This one here or the Chevy's Better channel? You got freaking wackadoo as your. Where was it lost? What do you want? Better not have any copyrighted music in it. Hell no, I don't trust Stellantis. You know, yeah. Why would you? Why would you? What are we looking up here, brother? This is what you need to be doing. Look, you film something with your friend, you get 10,000 views. You film some brain rot shit, you get 500, 100. Yeah, you should be doing stuff with your friends like that. Other stuff besides AI and brain rot. Yeah, you're doing all right. You're doing all right. Keep on going. Keep on keeping on. Idiots bankrupt. AF, right? Right. And it's easy to see. It's easy to see when someone wants to treat other people badly. And even if they say it's because they treated me badly, it doesn't matter. Two lefts don't make a right. You've got and that's all it's been. It's been no, you freaking it's absolutely whack. And I think people have slowed down enough, calmed down enough to see through the BS. The BS. All right. Let's go ahead and call it a night here. I'm getting tired. Three lefts make a U-turn. That's correct. That is correct. All right. I'll go ahead and call it a night. I'm freaking tired now, boy. I had a good night. Good couple streams. All right, everybody. What up's the deal? Fadial? Good night, all. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye, 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 bye.